Hello boys and girls, and welcome to another video tutorial, and welcome back to the UDK Introduction Application Playlist, or series, whatever you like to call it. Since the last video where we created the top part here and the roof that we extruded a bit and had a little bit of a problem with, this will involve deleting the roof, goodbye Mr. Roof, and going into one of the side or the front views, the side and the front views, grab our marquee selection and hiding the bottom floor. Now coming out of the side or front and going into the top, we can edit the floor plan, as it were, for the top floor. Now at the moment the bottom floor looks like this, and we're going to want somewhere for a staircase of some sort to get to the top. Now I'm thinking of having one here. Now first of all, I want to delete some walls that I don't think should be here. These, I'm just taking it back into sort of like 3 columns, dragging that in, dragging this in, hitting spacebar to turn to the rotation widget, hitting it twice again after I've rotated it 90 degrees, putting it over here and dragging it down to about there. And then we need to go into the geometry mode, grab the marquee selection and just drag it over here and come back into camera mode. Now we've got sort of 2 corridors here, and I want to split this here up, but a little bit strangely like. So I can't be asked making more walls, so I'm going to use the walls I've already got. I hit the spacebar, holding down Alt, I'm going to duplicate and rotate this wall. Hitting spacebar twice again, bringing it back in to the move widget. I'm going to place it just there, and then holding down the marquee selection tool and the geometry tools, I'm dragging it in to make it smaller. Again, I'm going to select that wall, space once, hold down Alt, and rotate it minus 90. Hitting space twice again, dragging it in and up, up, come on, making a sort of square bit that's not quite square, and I want to be awkward and make it square, so I'm going to grab those 2 vertices and drag them in. Whoops. There, that'll do. Right. And now I'm going to do the main split, and that will be giving a bevel effect on this wall here, and then going straight up. So you can duplicate this wall by holding down Alt, dragging it over, and now we're already in geometry mode, so just drag that down and across to where we want to go, about there. Click on one of the lines, hit split, and then grab these vertices and pull them in line with the top 2 and down until it creates a perfect 45-degree line. Now this vertex is going to be awkward because it's not on a point, so to snap it to a point, you select the vertex by clicking on it once and right click on it, and that will put it to a vertex, and then you can see that that is almost perfect. I think it just needs to come down, or is it up? There it is, just one down. There. There's my perfect 45-degree wall. And so we've got that, and then I'm going to create another split that comes a little bit down and then straight across. in line with this line here. So to do that, I'm going to borrow this line and just duplicate it, bring it across to where I want the split to be, come over here, and if we come in line with this end of the wall here, which is just 1 over more, and click on the line and split it, wait for the auto-save to finish, and then drag it there. Oops. Again, these aren't actually on vertices, so right click. And then comes the fun part. If we come out of the top view and come up to build the geometry and select that wall again and go into the perspective view, and still in geometry mode, click on that side and extrude on the modifiers, come back into the top and extrude it. And now definitely make sure to click back onto the edit button, because otherwise you'll start extruding everything everywhere. And then we can go back into perspective and build the geometry. Right, so that's our top floor plan part laid out, and then we just need to think about doors and windows. Right, I'm planning to have a staircase here to the roof. So first of all, for that to happen, we need to make the roof. So we come out of the geometry tools and come into the side view, and don't forget to go back to here and click show all, so you can now see everything. Holding down Alt, you can drag the floor up to make it the ceiling, and then we're going to need to hide the bottom floor again, so just select all the bottom walls and floors and hit hide. And now I've just noticed something, that is slightly out, so back into geometry mode, over one, fine, done, build geometry, close, close, and now we're going to look, what is that? Right, yeah, okay, so now we're going to need to work out where to make a hole for our staircase to come through. But first of all, I'm going to make this like a staircase that comes up and a little bit onto the ceiling. You'll understand what I mean when I start it. So this is where I'm going to need the builder brush back, so go and find it again. The red brush is the builder brush, and drag it up, across, and right click on the cube builder property, and I'm going to make that 256 by 256 by 256, and head over to the top view and drag it over vaguely where I want my staircase to be. Now I'm going to go into geometry mode, select those two vertices, drag them up, select these two vertices, drag them across, and select these two vertices and drag them across. And I'm also going to drag these across, or down rather, should I say, down, and then that should be square. To test that, I'll get my mouse, 352 by 352. Done. Now you can come out of the geometry tools, go away, and go away, and now we can think about, oh dear, sorry. Late night last night. Right, so now we can think about how this is going to work. So if we come into the side view, this is the best view to see it in. You can see that we're going to want our ceiling to be here. Well, this is our ceiling here, and our staircase is going to come through like that. So first of all, we're going to come into geometry mode, and we're going to drag that out to that point there. And we're also going to bring this down a bit until that line there becomes perfect 45 degrees. And then measure that height just to make sure that our player can still get through. 160, of course he can. Just to let you know, the player is a total height of 90 units, I think. 90 units, so as long as anything's above 90, you can get him through. And that's 160, so that'll be okay. Now we've created this sort of the side beveled part, so our staircase can come along and go straight up. We're going to come out of the side view, go into the top view, and drag that in to drag that over so it matches the wall. No, sorry, I don't want it to match the wall. I've already thought about that. Right, bring it in so it's just inside the wall. And hit Control A. Now you can drag that all the way across to meet there, and that is 288 units apart. You'll need to remember that number, and I've just added some more geometry, except for I didn't. I subtracted it, so delete that brush and hit Control A. That's better. Now if we go over to here, we can see that we've got two bevelly type of bits. So now what we want to do is we want to create a sort of roof bit for it. So back into the side view. Whoops, wrong button. Back into the side view. We're going to bring that back so it's sort of square to everything else. Into geometry view mode and drag that vertex in and that vertex in, and we move back into perspective and select that top part, back onto extrude and extrude that up 32 units and go back to edit. We can bring that over, and then we will need to go back to there and select that face and extrude that. Now that will extrude in a funny direction, but don't worry about it. Now come back into edit, grab those two vertices, pull them up, and pull this one in line. Now they are ever so slightly off, but I like to be perfect, so right click on them so they hit the grid, and now drag them all the way up there. Now if we go into the top view, you can see that this builder brush doesn't quite align on there, so we've just dragged that over. And then creating the roofy bit for it, just select all of the left hand vertices and drag them over to meet the right hand. All the right hand vertices, sorry, and drag them over to meet the right hand part of the extrusion, and then hit Control A. Now that's created this sort of little tunnely effect, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.